You tuned in to the 7-Day Theory. Hard body, hard spirit.
Was protecting Maduro has spoken, and you got to hear what he said. It's in Spanish, but I'll translate. Also, Trump announced that, the cartels, they're going after him in Mexico. The whole vibe of Latin America has changed because of what happened in Venezuela. And now that we're getting firsthand accounts from people that were there, the soldier says they didn't hear him coming. He says the Americans had technology superior to anything they've ever seen. Everything that they were using for radar, for anything, was completely taken offline. They had drones, and the drones were taking out bases and taking out things faster. They didn't have no technology. They've never had to fight against drones. He also talks about that there was only 8 helicopters. There was only 20 men that were sent in, and those 20 men killed hundreds of their men, and none of those soldiers were injured. He talks about it felt like they were firing 300 rounds a minute. Nothing they've ever seen, nothing that they can compete with. And then he also talks to the fact that the Americans had some kind of sonic shock boom that was sent out, and everybody immediately started bleeding profusely out of their nose. They couldn't even gather themselves because whatever was sent at them made them fall to their knees and vomit blood out of their mouth and out of their noses. They were incapacitated immediately. He says he never wants to go through that again. Doesn't want to have to fight with the Americans again. He's sending warnings to everybody out there that you think you can fight the Americans. You don't even know what their weaponry is like and what they're capable of. 20 men took out hundreds, and that's starting to spread all through Latin America. And now they're not saying, if you want me, come and get me anymore. They're like, oh shit. Especially after Trump says, hey, Mexico, you're on the list too.
What up, my people? You tuned into the 7-Day Theory. Hard body, hard spirit. Check this. The U.S. got some shit. The U.S. got some shit. Call it advanced technology, call it alien technology, whatever you want to call it, we got some shit. They said this. They didn't say it. The Venezuelan soldiers said they came in silence. Obviously, okay, that's not hard to do. All right. And a lot of the stuff he's describing, it's been around. This ain't new. This ain't advanced technology. This ain't alien technology. This shit been around. We just don't know, or you might not know about it, or the government is not just. You in order to know about it, you gotta look for it, right? They said they came with 20 people. Think about this. They came with 20 people and unalived hundreds of soldiers. Hundreds with 20 people. And also, not only did they unalive hundreds of people, those 20 U.S. soldiers, none of the 20 soldiers were injured at all. Not one bit. No casualties, no injuries, nothing. Those 20 soldiers came and they left. You understand me? Now listen, the sonic technology, that been around. You can make that literally at home. This is what they use. They've been using this for years. The sonic technology for them to be throwing up blood and throwing up and bleeding from their nose. That's technology. That's not no alien technology. It's really not advanced technology. It's been around. It's not nothing. It's been around for years and years. Now, it's all about the frequency. The frequency that they tune in these subwoofers and these the subwoofers and these sounds that are so that they can dial into a frequency that when pointed at a human being will make that human being not only extremely uncomfortable, but can make them throw up, can make them bleed from their nose, can disrupt their insides, right? they've been using this technology for years. They use it on U.S. ships when like pirates try to attack ships of the U.S. ships. They have these horns or these sonic booms or these sound frequencies that they point, and you point and it literally can pinpoint into a certain direction. And when it's pointed at you, if you get hit with it, you're gonna, just like he described. They use this on U.S. ships that get attacked by pirates. They have them on the ships. They've been had them for years. When you get hit one of these, you're gonna get nauseous. You're gonna throw up. You're gonna feel dizzy. You might bleed from the nose, like he described. They've been had this technology, but now, do I think they flew in with UFOs and all that shit? No, I don't. I just think we got to a point in technology, because you got to think, at some point there's got to be some new technology coming out as far as military is concerned. At some point, there's going to be new technology that's being tested and used by the governments and by our government, specifically the U.S. government. Like, it's not, and it's been a long time since we heard about some real new technology. And unless you've been tapped in, unless you've been watching, unless you've been like really dialed in and paying attention to what we got now, like they got cloaking technology. They said their radars, they couldn't detect, all their radar equipment just shut off. Like they got shit that just shut off all the radar equipment. So they don't know, that they can't tell if anybody's coming or going, because they ain't got no radar. They got shit. The U.S. got shit that shut that shit down. They came in silent, which they do got silent vehicles. They've been had silent vehicles, government vehicle, military vehicles that are silent, right? But at some point, obviously, as we advance as a culture, as we advance in technology and all that, right? And military technology specifically, that we're going to get to a point to where the mass population doesn't know about these specific technologies, right? And we're at that point right now. The Venezuelans said it was no match. Like it was no match. It like for the U.S. it was probably child's play to come in and take over their government, unalive hundreds of people with only 20 men. They use drones. Obviously, we've been using drones. We used drones in Afghanistan years ago. Like they've been knew about drones, right? And they don't. And to be honest, like let's break it down. To be honest, did you really think that Venezuela had a chance against the U.S. government? Like, did they really have a chance? We're one of the biggest governments in the world, one of the biggest militaries in the world, going against Venezuela. Like, did you think that they would even have something to match our military power? No, it's Venezuela. Like, I don't expect them to have something that can defend against what we got. We're one of the richest countries in the world. One of the richest countries in the world. And look, let's dive into the alien technology side of it. Because last year, was it last year or 2023? It might have been 2023, where they had the UAP disclosure, where they had a whole bunch of people from the U.S. military, a whole bunch of whistleblowers, saying that the U.S. government has alien technology, and they've had it for years. This goes back to Roswell, to 1948. Understand how long ago that was. They're saying that they have alien technology that they have reverse engineered to the point where they reverse engineered alien technology to the point where they can make their own UFOs. Right? This is what the whistleblowers are saying. This is not no secret. Like, if you don't know about this, it's because you're not looking in the right direction. You're not looking for the information. These things have been said. These things have been documented. These things, the whistleblowers have they've come forward and said everything they know. Like, we have advanced technology, but even the technology that he was describing, that's not even describing the technology that we possibly have from alien crafts, from reverse engineering alien crafts, right? So we definitely, like, we're and the U.S. government is not going to say, "Hey, we reverse engineered this UFO. Look what we did. We made our own UFO, and look what we can do with it. We can send laser beams. We can do all that." Like, they're not going to say that. They're not going to say that. They're not. But if you listen to the people that testified in the UAP disclosure event, or whatever you want to call it, they testified to these things, that we have very, very advanced technology. People have been saying for years that we got anti-gravity aircraft, because we've captured and retrieved UFOs or UAPs and reverse engineered that technology. Like, this is something that's going to be, I think it's going to be commonplace in a few years. In a few years from now, it's going to be widely known. Like, a lot of people that are not checking for it, or just going to, you know what I mean, that are not into shit like this, they don't know about it. But people that are tapped in, that really know, we know that we've been had technology like this. It's just a fact. We've been had technology like this. So, am I surprised? No, I'm not. But it is crazy if what he's saying is true, that 20 U.S. soldiers came into Venice. 20. Think about that. 20 people. That's not a lot. As far as taking over a country with 20 people, that's not a lot at all. At all. Now, I know there's more behind the scenes, because obviously that there are soldiers manning the drones and doing all that, right? But as far as who was there, who boots on the ground or in the aircraft, right? 20 people, and they unalived hundreds, and it was like they was shooting 300 shots a second. That's wild. That's wild. Now, am I surprised? No, but that's still crazy to think about. And if this is the future. This is the future. Straight up. Like, in the future, pretty soon in the future, we're gonna take over countries just like we did Venezuela, and boots on the ground soldiers is gonna be zero. It's all gonna be robots, drones, that's all it's gonna be. Like, human participation is just gonna be from a computer or from a man station, to where they don't have no threats towards them. They don't feel no danger, because they're not on the actual battlefield. On the actual battlefield in the future, it's just going to be robots and drones. Like, this is what it's going towards. And it's kind of scary, and because if you think about that, as far as the U.S., yeah, that's cool, but what about China? What about Russia? Do they got this? Do they have this technology to where they can come into our country and do the same thing, right? That's the scary part, is that they can send drones to us or try to take over our country and not send not one soldier from their country. They're just sending drones and robots or whatever, right? Or advanced technology, and not send not one. They don't have to lose not one life, right? But they're taking a whole bunch of lives. That's the scary part. That's the scary part. That's what I'm really worried about and keeping my eye on. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. Memberships, $1.99 a month. Shout out to the 2 members, Angela Reddick, John Paul. If you do sign up for the membership, I will shout your name out at the end of every video. Keep your head up and your eyes open. I'm out.
You're now listening to the 7-Day Theory. Hard body, hard soul, hard